I'm a foodie. Okay, I'm a foodie. I am one of those people that if the plate looks delicious and it's like perfectly arranged, I am going to take the time to take a photo. That's just me. Like, I love art, and yes, food can be art. Now, does food not always come out as it should? Can it get messed up in the process? Can something that's supposed to be stacked topple over, or something out of place, but it still looks good? It still looks good. And when I eat it, it still tastes good. You don't get all the points for presentation, but the flavor is still there. The soul is still there. The love in the dish is still there. So it's delicious. It's wonderful. It's exactly what I wanted, needed, went for at that time. When it is the perfect dish, it is what it is. No matter how it's served. Some of the best dishes that I've had was an unexpected surprise. I don't like to use this name of it often, but a lot of you probably call it like a rotel dip. But the original name that I knew for that 3-ingredient dip was called throw up dip. Yes, it was called throw up dip. And then as I go back and think about it, like, I understand why they would call it that. So I started calling it 3-ingredient dip just to not freak anybody out, because that should have freaked me out, but it was so good. And my mom would make it, especially with the very, very spicy. Every New Year's gathering we had, she would make it because we would eat the light stuff. So that dip was like the main attraction. And it doesn't look that appetizing. It actually just looks like a goop of meat with a bunch of cream cheese over it, but it's actually a really, really good dip. It may not be good for you, but it's a great dip. It's just very easy. 3 ingredients, put it in a crock pot, let it do what it do, you good to go. But it's delicious. It doesn't look like it should be delicious, but it is. Just like that cake that it may topple over, you're still gonna eat it because it looks good. Just like that like I said, something that's supposed to be stacked on each other fall off. You're still going to eat it. I don't think anybody has said no to a blooming onion because it looked kind of lopsided or anything. They still ate it. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind when you think that what you're doing doesn't necessarily look how it should. Some of the greatest projects, some of the greatest designs, some of the greatest work has made masterpieces in other people's eyes. Just, if you haven't looked up the original story of Play-Doh, Play-Doh was like originally supposed to be helping with cleaning chimneys. And most of us know it as the fun, loving goop of goo that you put together that started as one color, but by the time you finish, it's probably all brown because you done mixed all the colors together. But that started as something else and became something great for children. Do you understand? It may not look good on the outside, to the outside world, to someone else, but if you're in your element, you're doing all the things that you should, you're going after what you want, you're being disciplined, you're being focused, you're talking positive to yourself. It doesn't have to look good to anybody else. It doesn't have to look like it's working. It is working for you. And just like that slice of cake, no matter how ugly the cut is, when you taste it, it's going to be hitting on every cylinder. That is you right now. You are hitting on every single cylinder. You are doing everything that you're supposed to be doing. You are flowing to where the Most High, the universe, higher power, whichever higher power you serve, has you on the destiny you are on, the life path you are on. It doesn't have to look good to anybody else. Just make sure yourself within you is filled with quality. Make sure every ingredient of you is quality. So that regardless of how they see it, it's still great work. Go and be delicious. Hey, thank you for hanging with Lady TKG, the not so cool kid. That's all I got for you today. Have a great day, because those are the only ones that are allowed.